I had this thought to share this morning about Moses in the book of Exodus in the Bible. We see that God has Moses grow up in Pharaoh's house because Moses needs to lead the people. Then Moses has to flee, and this leads him to his next assignment of being a shepherd. And we see that every part of his journey was about his development. We are all Moses in our own story, that our experiences are just preparing us for our purpose in God. That as we are drawing in close to God, He just offers us experiences to grow and shape us. That it all points back to God as He gives us life lessons through people. I'm going to share what I mean. I have this God-given gift that when I see character traits I admire in people, I draw close to see how they do what they do. I'll share what I mean. I had a teenage mom, but she gave me a violin at 8 years old and went to college. She changed my peer group, and I saw that people lived differently than me. I learned that life was a lot bigger than the neighborhood I grew up in. I met a man at 17 years old that allowed me to grow into the person I am today. I'm grateful for nearly 20 years of marriage. I met two men after that marriage that showed me that men can be gentle and kind while being protective. In 2007, I met a woman that invited me to Crossover Church, and she went on to invite me at least 10 other times. I'm hard-headed. I never went until 2018, and that's because I met 3 different people in completely separate areas of life. Dating, I met a person that was a handyman, and I met a friend, and they invited me to church 4 different times in a single month. I went from curiosity alone, and I met pastors that connected me to God in a way I never had before. Pastor Christopher Harris, who gave me the firm foundation I stand on now, and it's how I started to journal scripture, and it is how I met the God of Exodus. Pastor Tommy Colonen is such a salute to the culture and how God is in every facet of life. I read all your books. Pastor Marty is a vision of the children's ministry, and I got to love on babies, which is my first love. Dr. Darius Daniels and Dr. Marcus Dudley, who lecture and give formal education in biblical studies. The rest are pastors that God placed on my path to get the message. Sierra, Pastor C's sister-in-law, Jackie Hill Perry on sanctification, Priscilla Shire on owning your personhood. When I watch her preach, Pastor Keon Henderson on leaving your enemies in place, Pastor Sarah Jakes Roberts on being human. I'm trained as a respiratory therapist. My training in taking care of patients was orderly and succinct. I'm passionate, but my experience and the way I show up at the bedside is solidly because of my training. And for the dozens of psychologists that I follow and have learned from, and you realize that none of it is about the people, the managers, the ministers, or the psychologists that I follow. It all is God, that He is shaping us like Moses. I saved the honorable mention for my grandmother, my father's mother who raised me, who smoked cigarettes and who retired from Philip Morris. I have no core memory of cigarette smoke, yet I smell it in every difficult season of life. I smell cigarette smoke. We are all like Moses. God places people on our path to grow and mature us in Him. That's it. He places people on our path because there is something that we are meant to get from them. That's it.